Oh, I didn't know we were live. Hi, friends. It's me, Cynthia, and Azalea is here in the background. And welcome to our Sunday edition of our Magic Hour. I hope everybody had a good week making things, getting things ready, being creative. We were pretty busy filling orders, and by we, I mean Azalea. And what I was doing, well, I was busy making things as per usual, figuring things out, getting things ready for our live spots. So today I thought we would talk about making a necklace with a centerpiece, a big centerpiece, like one of these great big ones right here, like that. Or like this. This is one that I painted. Kind of bright in here. We've got this new light.
Looks good.
Looks good. Looks great. Oh, I see some stuff. Oh, Lisa says, "Hey, gorgeous. Thank you. That's very nice of you." I'm looking past my phone. The computer's right behind me, so it's hard for me to see the comments. Hello, my friends. Hello, Clem. Hello, Allison. Hey, Kalite. Hello, Michelle. Hi, Cherie. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm going to move this over so I can read that. There we go. I'm going to read it. You can see my terrarium. It was a tank. I did have fish in there at one point, but I tell you, those goldfish broke my heart a time too many. I had them from Hawaii. I had them shipped. And there's something happened with the water. And I had these fish for like a decade. And in one thing, half of them died. It was horrendous. So I never did. It's been like 5 years. And I have a tank in my kitchen that's a community tank. That's a variety of freshwater fish or saltwater. Mine's freshwater. And I have not replaced them. It just plants. It was shrimp and snails, but it's on my things to do list of finding more of the cute things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this camera around and I'm going to get this going so we can see what's what. I have a few beads that I'm going to show with how you can get them going. Oh, I saw a comment. Thank you. You know what? I made an effort to make myself look a little better than my normal look of sweatpants. And is it showing it?
Yeah, you're in here.
Okay, let me get that in more in frame. There we go. Do I need that much room?
Looks good. Do you want me to zoom it?
No, it's fine. Oh, hello, Helen. She said, I made it to the beginning finally. Welcome. I see Jeanette. I see Robin. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, my friends. Look at this is on what's on my bead board. This is how I have. Do you remember the name of this kit? This is one of the kits, and I'm organizing it into.
It's sold out now, I think.
It's sold out, but
I can't remember what it was called.
This is a amethyst and
something to do with Twilight.
Oh, it is kind of the Twilight. That one stomach and their alloyite or whatever the name of it with this beautiful golden obsidian. I see Nancy and Deb and Karen. Hello, my friends. Hello. The other day when I was out in the wild, I left my thermos somewhere. And it turns out I didn't leave it. And I ran into one of our customers. She goes, I know you. And I was like, all right, thank you. It was nice. We chatted, had a good time. We talked beads. We talked display. It was all good. All right, let's make something. So I went to Chevron a couple months ago when we were here. What were we here for? I bought these. I sometimes go into Chevron. Oh, shoot, I just messed that up with my quartz. Oh, Allison said she found the pro polishing pads on Etsy. Oh, thank you. Clem says you're looking very islandy. You know what? I have a hairpin that my friend Francis made. He's a wood carver in Marshall. And I always try to support my friends. Okay, so let's do something. Let's do something here. Let's get the lead out, as my dad would say. Let's get the lead out. Or he'd say something else. He'd say, I don't know if I can say it here. Get the molasses out your. It's my grandma. It's a very southern thing to say. So these are some kind of check beads. Wendy would know. Wendy was with me when I bought these. I don't remember. Maybe vintage? I don't know. They're pretty though. And I'll tell you, oh, I was like, why isn't this one coming off? Oh, it's because it's tied on. We don't need that one right now. And here's another. These are the melon check. I'm going to do a mix and match today with one of these things. It's like how to use a centerpiece. So I was telling Azella, I said, when we're on with literally anybody else, I can make a necklace in a sitting. But when it's me and I'm just doing the talking by myself with nobody reining me in, I'll just sit there and, spread it out. And I don't get anything done. I was like, I'm going to challenge myself and see if I can do something. And so I saw these beads in a bag. And I was like, I just need to use these. So these are check glass beads that I picked up over at my friend's shop called Chevron. That's in town. They have a nice selection of old beads. My friend Deborah Cooley used to own it. I think she sold it last year. And we met the new owners a couple of years ago. Had dinner when we were in Tucson. Oh, Lisa likes that fairy pendant. Hello, Carla. Oh, thanks. I see some comments. I didn't notice them. All right. So when I'm working these necklaces out, this is some opal. Got these from my friend Jen. So usually what I do, you guys know my method of making piles. I like a pile. And generally speaking, I will line things up. I'm going to get that random shell in there. So I like to line things up and make little piles before I begin. And usually, that I like to make an ombre effect. Let's see. Let's shift it out this way. This was cleared before I was online. And as I sat here cleaning this off, I kept filling it up. This is kind of an interesting shape. You know what? I thought those would make good earrings. Just beautiful. I'm going to have to find out. I would love to have custom colors made. But these are so beautiful. I never saw this. This has some kind of like faceting on one side. And then I thought I had some of this leftover. Where's the opal from geographically? You know what? I don't know where that's from. I didn't ask. Usually I'm Johnny on the spot with stuff like that. But this time I was just like, I love it. Didn't ask questions. I usually do. So this is from the autumn kit. I have this leftover. So I'm going to keep using it because it's here. And I didn't used to love blue and orange. They sit across the table from each other on the color wheel. And sometimes they work. This, I feel like, works. I like it. So I'm gonna use it. What I'm going to do, I think, is I'm just going to go ahead and string with some soft flex because it's one of my all-time favorite ways to go. And it's fast. Say you're in a competition, like that bead competition that they have every year in Tucson. The one where you have an hour and then they have it, like they have all the cameras running around watching you sweat and tremble. Not me, of course. That's not me. Because, I'm expert. I'm being sarcastic. Yes, I am nervous when I'm doing that, especially when they have the cameras floating around, catching your every expression. All right, let's see what I have here. Some soft flats. I don't think I need the fine. Sometimes you don't need fine. Sometimes you just need to go medium. This is pretty. I didn't realize I had this. Oh, I see my friend June. Hey, June. Hello, Tina. Hello, my friends. So one of my tricks, this is an old trick, is that I'll do, I call this the Sundance trick. So I will use like this much soft flex. What is it, about 9 inches or so? And I'll string up this much if I'm running out of time. That way I can make loops at the end and finish it off quick with ribbon or leather. So let's see what at the time. I'm already at 10 minutes. Where did the day go? Hello, Jermaine. She says, happy Sunday evening. Happy Sunday evening to you. I think this one would look good in there. Now, this is the hard part, is deciding, because you got to decide early on what you're going to use. Although, it's hard. So I'm looking at this. It's all going to be strung in a pattern. I might go blue to orange. That's always a pretty colorway. Let's see. Thanks, Michelle. She likes this colorway. I think it's pretty too. So this is what I do. I had stuff sitting in bags. I picked up 2 bags. I had this one from my findings at Chevron, and then this is from a leftover kit. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to make those 2 work. And I feel like they do. Usually you wouldn't say, oh, blue and orange. But I think this kind of greenish blue works with this. All right. So I'm not sure which one I want to use. Maybe this one. I don't know. I'm filled with indecision. Oh, Azalea, tell everyone right now what they can put in, because we're going to have a giveaway. I might as well mention that now.
Oh, yeah. You want to show them what it's going to be?
Yeah, pass that kit over. So, like the week before, we're going to do a giveaway. All you have to do. So, this is a very nice opal. Let me see. Let me show it with
opal? Amber.
Yeah. Why did I say amber?
You mean, why did you say opal? It's
That's
amber.
what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say.
Y'all. Scrambled.
I'm not scrambled. I am a little scrambled. Okay, I'm showing
so
it. This has some
comment
blue
this.
amber.
Hashtag Amber to enter the giveaway.
So we'll pull it at the end of the day. Azalea was like, if they're not there, maybe we should pick the next person. But then I thought that's kind of not that. That must have a terrible taste.
For what?
If it goes to someone else and you got pulled and you didn't answer fast enough.
Oh, for the giveaway?
Yeah.
Oh,
so I'm showing this is a UV light. We were just talking about it. So you just write in hashtag Amber.
That's the last of it.
This is the last one.
Months and months ago.
And this is stuff I got from our friend over. I think he said this is from. I think blue amber comes from Mexico, but the rest of it, I believe, I got from our friends over in where's that? They get it. They get it in the Bering Sea. They told me all about it. So anyway, this is a UV light. I'm showing the blue glint. That's what you get with some of these amber types. Usually blue amber. So anyway, go ahead and hashtag that, and we will draw it at the end. All right. So yeah, the frogs do look pretty good with it. Hard to say. Real hard to say. So now that I have I'm going to leave it there so y'all can think about it. All right, so now that I have my pile, now this could be a good pile for if you have like a multi-strand. I love a multi-strand, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to do multi-strand today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one. I'm going to pick this one. All right, fine. I'm going to do that. I kept seeing the facets, so the facets won the day. And then I'm going to pick from my pool. This is like, my color choices that I would like to use. And now for the fun part of placing. Now this is where I get hung up. I don't know about anybody else, but I have a tendency when I'm working to redo. And sometimes if you're trying to make something and you don't want to drag around, it can be kind of annoying to your own self, because it can just feel like you're never going to stop with rearranging. But I was talking to my friend about rearranging and taking things apart. My friend Diane, she's a little like me, where she's like, oh, how does this look? And then we'll both deliberate. And then we're like, well, what if you had, some gold or whatever, and then scrambling around looking for gold beads. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's good to just go with your initial feelings on a piece instead of taking it apart so much, Although I will say, sometimes it's not a bad thing. It's kind of the meditation process of it. You just kind of absorb it and not be too precious. I have a tendency to be kind of precious with my stuff and want to redo it, make it perfect. But, sometimes that perfection can really actually work against you because then you're not actually making anything. So, like we talked about before, when you make things too matchy, meaning completely symmetrical on both sides, your eyeballs can skitter over it very fast because we as humans are creatures of pattern recognition. It's what we do best. We look for things that are like, and we're like, if we watch a movie, we say, oh, it was like this, or if we see a color, it's like that. We want to find the match to it or what it's like. And sometimes if a pattern is too easily spotted, you don't really pause to look at it. You just keep going. And in this case, you're like, hey, is there a pattern happening here? You would look and say, I don't know if I see a pattern. Maybe there is. Maybe there isn't one. Is it random? Who knows? Okay, that looks pretty good. What we have here, the pattern, if we're looking for a pattern, is size. So I've gone from smaller beads to bigger, and I'm pulling a little bit of the blue from this side. This is more blue, and you can see that there's a little more. It's darker. What is this? Hessonite, a darker hessonite on this side. We're going for darker blues. This side is more of the orange, and I feel like it'll work. We'll see. And if it doesn't, here's the thing. You can always cut this stuff apart. There's no law that says, oh, once it is done, it must stay. That's how you find good palettes and good combination is by just doing it instead of, over deliberating, which is one of my things that I do quite a bit, is over deliberate. Really study it. And then I'm all surprised that I took forever to make a necklace. All right, I'm just going to go with it. I think that looks pretty good. Try to make it a little bit more even. Clem says, rearranging the beads is very therapeutic for me. I would agree with that. If I'm not, since I'm on kind of I want to be done this evening, so I don't want to spend too long on the process. It is fun. I will say it is very amusing to rearrange beads. Is there anything more fun? Well, riding my bike is pretty fun. Let's be real. You know what? I was riding my bike yesterday, and I came up behind this guy that was running Terminator style. You've seen these people run, they're like going full tilt. I mean, his arms pumping, the whole shebang. And he had these great big headphones on, like earmuffs. And I was like, on your left. And he actually moved to the center of the track. And I was like, right in the middle of the pack, it's like for everybody to go. And there was a bunch of people behind me. Well, like 5 people. And they're like, say it louder. And I was like, I tried to do a little bit louder, but I didn't want to be intrusive, because I didn't want to be impolite or whatever.
Need a bell.
I don't have a bell on my bike. But he actually started racing me when I tried to pass. It was so awkward. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to hit this dude's elbow. And so the whole line of bikers were like just going so slowly behind. When I say slowly, I mean it's slow for a bike. Where's the hole on this? It's like I'm turning it and I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. It was so funny. But I was like, maybe this dude's trying to, he's trying to be in the Olympics or something. He's like moving with as much speed. Like I could never run that fast, like ever. But I was impressed. I had to wait till the road widened. So everyone followed this guy for like a quarter of a mile. It was I was so embarrassed because I was too afraid to go around him. But then, I didn't want to pull off because there was no real place to pull off because there was like poison ivy on each side. It's the joy of these paths. And anyway, it was pretty funny. I was like, let's get around this dude before before he catches up. So let's see. That looks pretty good. That's the one side. All right. What is Clem saying? A few weeks back, I made myself finish all my plan pieces and clear all my boards. Very satisfying. Of course, I had to start setting up new stuff right away. Same. Oh, yes. You have to do the hashtag has to be in lowercase. Has to be exact, or the StreamYard thing won't read it. I went today on a path, and I remembered it being paved. So imagine my surprise when I got there, and it was gravel. I was like, I don't remember this being gravel. So I was like, oh, this is a gravel bike. It should be fine. So I go about a mile, and after having my brains rattled to death, I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn around. And then I rattled all the way back up. It was pretty funny for me. And I was like, you know what? I can't wait for this trail to finish. There's one finishing up in Hendersonville, which is another place we were looking around for our retreat. We've been scouting different locations. It's been pretty fun. But I tell you, it is surely very difficult to pick one because they're all really beautiful. Some of these places have a lot of interesting things. Like some of them have hot tubs, private trails. I was like, what would these ladies like? Would they rather have trails or a hot tub? I don't know.
Hot tub, yo.
You mean you'd rather have a hot tub than a trail?
I know these people would rather have a hot tub than a trail, Mama.
I don't know. Is that true?
Yes.
I must be the only one because I was like, a trail is pretty. Wendy says hot tub.
Mm-hmm.
And Thea says trails. Oh. And then I'm seeing some for, I guess folks are, I see one, Anthea is for the trail. Helen is for the trail. Anthea says, how about Montreat? Well, oh yeah, we have a, we're going to a retreat for the Pearls Yarn Emporium in Montreat. And that's kind of a cool place. We're at the point now where we're taking notes. We're taking notes and we're seeing what's what. Okay, so this is one way that I make a necklace. I will start it this way and I'll say to myself, hey, do we like this? What time are we at? We're at 23 minutes. We're pretty good. We're pretty good. Michelle says, both for me. You know what? I am in agreement. Both would be really nice. Allison said she passes out in the hot tub. Yeah, me. You know what? If I stay in there too long, although one time, me and Jess, we were in a hot tub for 3 days straight when we went to this spa in, I think it was Thousand Oaks. I can't remember. It's not really posh hot spring. And we were like mermaids for that whole weekend. I kept saying, I'm a mermaid now. And it was really awesome because the hot tubs were fed by a natural spring and they overlooked the like forest. It was open. And I kept saying, I hope the mountain lions don't see us. So now I have a question to ask myself. I didn't cut the thread yet. I did not cut it. It's still on the spool. So this means that I can decide if I want to close it off now and use some crimps and do a loop on each side. This is not enough for a full necklace. So I could do a ribbon to do the rest, or I could take off the amount that I'll need. Let's see. I'm going to hold this up to my neck for a sec. Can you get me a clasp, daughter? Or I could just use this one of the, what do you think? Do you think I need a clasp or a button? What's your thoughts?
What do you have over there?
I have this button
Use the button.
Sea foam button or barnacle button. What else do I have over here? Let me see. I have this button. I don't know. Does that match that? Oh, I think I want to see what else I can use. Got all these plates of things. I have some of these buttons too. Pat says Montreat. Yeah, I like Montreat. I like Montreat. I don't know if they'd be available. That's the question with Montreat. I've used this thing like a million times lately. I know, I'm kind of partial to that one. You get me a button from downstairs. I know you don't want to get me some, but none of these.
There's not
really
going to be any
match.
buttons downstairs because we don't have stock like that anymore. I'll try to find you something though, but
She's gonna find me a
I don't
button.
know where to really find extras of anything.
Oof. Wendy's asking, when are you thinking? So right now, at the plotting and planning stages of this, I am thinking about 4 months from now. But really, it's going to have to be where... Oh, thank you. She just brought me a whole bunch of clasps. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to look and see what would match this. You know what I haven't used in a long time? I haven't used this guy in a long time. And I haven't used, let's see. We'll just go with that one. This is one of my favorites, but, and then this is a favorite. But I feel like I use those all the time. So, and I don't see the match to it, so I'm not going to mess around with it. All right. Oh, our friend Donna. Donna. Don't forget, you guys, hashtag Amber so that you can, at the end, we're going to do a giveaway for all the new people watching. This is the giveaway today. 2 big beads of amber right there. Look at those juicy nugs. And then it looks like I have, what else do I have in there? Citrine. Oh, and I see, yeah, some of this stuff is from the Baltic Sea, and I remembered it now. Get that from my buddies over in Tucson. Not really buddies. Buddies is kind of a strong, not really buddies, but, you know, we're friendly. All right, so let's see. I could fill this out with the rest to be a mix and match, but what I think I'll do is I'll take off these smaller ones right on the end, and I'll put those back at towards the end. I'm going to add more larger beads to this to fill it out and make it pretty and nice. Oh, I didn't even use those. What didn't I use over here? Maybe I'll throw in a couple of those. I like them. Maybe they go this way. We'll see. Big and small. That's the way it goes. That's the pattern here. I go, where are some big ones on that side? We'll do that big honkin' citrines. Throw in one of those guys at the end. So when you do this, I cut it. That way I can fit it around my neck. Wendy says maybe you could do it around the big crafty in 4 months. That would be too cray-cray. That would be insanity, Wendy. Insanity. Yeah, I don't know about that. That would require epic level planning. I don't know. I would want to do that when I'm not like in show mode. Show mode, I'm a different creature. Just ask any one of my children. It's a little, how do they say, challenging. It would be challenging. It would be for real challenging. Throw in some of this on that side, maybe. Half of it is the rearranging game, and I like it. Add some of this. I love that pink opal or that pink rose quartz. You know what we forgot now is our chill vibes. You know what that made me think of today? I was looking at my phone and I saw this thing pop up and it was like, oh, do you want to learn modular synthesizer? And I was like, how did you read my mind? I bought this thing over the winter that's kind of like, it's a thing where you can record different sound effects. So of course I recorded Marty meowing and I recorded myself making noises, and then you plug it into, like, you have these little clamps and you plug it into like inanimate objects that will complete a current, and it makes, like, if you're touching grass, the grass will seem to make a sound, whatever the sound is. It's obviously not making a sound, it's in the controller. But I was like, you know what would be fun is to make my own healing vibes for the lives. And Greg was like, well, I don't know if anyone's gonna like to hear some of these sound effects that you've got going with the cat meowing. I was like, you never know. Listen, some of these sounds are just sounds. There's no like beat, I guess. Oh. Lisa says, where's the furry son? My furry son is hiding. He's hiding. Bonnie says she's loving she's loving it with a no vibes. Bonnie, I don't want to hear that talk, because get ready. You're going to hear some vibes when I start making it with the modular synthesizer. Prepare yourselves, friends, because it'll either be wonderful or it'll be a disaster. And if it's a big of a disaster, I could always just turn it off. I've been putting this up against my necklace, or my neck, to see the fit. I don't want it to be too short, too long. And I've made it. You can see there's a good, like, what is that, 6-8 inches there, and there's 2 inches on this side. I'm going to make it a kind of a shorter necklace, because lately I either want it really long, like a really long necklace, or I want it to be pretty, not quite choker length, because I don't like the feeling of anything too close cutting off my chi. Azalea is always teasing me and saying that I have the world's most delicate chi. That's your energon. I was listening to Max watch Transformers, so everything is your energy is your energon. All right, this is starting to look pretty good, I think. Jermaine also says she doesn't love the healing vibes.
Why?
I'm not sure. Probably distracting. Although it is better than, say, listening to the sound of my fan. All right, this is looking pretty good. I haven't used many of this orangey color. Right. Let's see. There we go. Some orange, bringing it back. I wonder if anyone gets tired of my ombre effect where I do one side, one color. I just like it. I think it looks pretty. You know, I found some of my necklaces from a long time ago, and boy, I tell you, they were all extremely symmetrical. Extremely, like, and then very basic, and it was all like check glass. I was like, what? Check glass and labradorite. Those are my early favorites, and nothing has changed except less of the check glass. Although here are some now. All right. Anyway, we were looking at a few places. There was a yoga center that had trails and things, and I was like, man, this would be the perfect place. And of course, it's like the most expensive one, because they have a place to do a bonfire and like they had some kind of steam room, or no, what is that thing called? You get in sweat lodge. They had a sweat lodge. I was like, what? Sounded kind of fun. And they had massages. You could hire someone to come in and give you a massage. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea, the massage part anyway. So there are a lot of different options that we can see. It turns out when I told people, oh, I don't know, we just have to find a location. What I didn't realize was that there were a plethora of places that you could go and get a retreat, a lot. And I think a lot of them are in like Bernardsville for some reason. Maybe it's cheaper there. I don't know. But there's a lot of them in that area. Okay. All right. I feel like I like that. I don't know. But here's the thing. You know what? If I don't like it later, soft wax is not super expensive and it's not knotted. It would be a very simple thing to go back in and remove it. Take it all apart. And I chose this piece, the centerpiece here, because it had a lot of the faceting and the size was just right. But when you're using a centerpiece of any type, you want to look at the type of beads. Okay, Zelia said, hey, this is a good centerpiece. This would be a hard one for most people. Well, not hard, but more challenging. This, I feel like I would put this, if I was going to use this as a centerpiece, I would put this with a handmade chain. I feel like handmade chain is the way to go with something like this. Because you'd want to have the wire wraps to space it out and give this piece room to breathe. When you have the centerpiece, you want it to have, that's your focal. You want it to have enough where people can really see it, including yourself when you look in the mirror. This one would have been a good option as well, especially since it has it'd be easy to thread through there. You can see. It's a similar kind of vibe, but in this case, I found that I wanted things to have a kind of an undulation where it starts the middle and kind of everything has a similar kind of gradation towards the ends. And I feel like that works pretty well. I kind of toyed with the idea of putting larger ones towards the end, but I feel like this size has a good where it kind of swells and then goes and tapers back again. So this, when you're working with a centerpiece, this centerpiece has a very small width. It doesn't stick out too much. Now, had I gone with this piece, I would have gone with these guys and made little head pins, or not made the head pins, but put these on head pins and given this a pattern using some of these drops. And that would have been like, it's like a callback. You have that, this shape, and this would be a kind of a long droplet shape. So having those in different colors would be a good idea. So that's why, since I only had this in this color, I thought if I had maybe 4 or 5 in 2 colors would have been a better option. I would have gone with this piece. So I think a lot of it is just balance. If you look at a piece and you think, okay, so most of these all have this, having something that hangs down and doesn't have any of the similar shapes makes it a little bit more difficult to use. This would have been good as well. Although this is a one-off I made and I was practicing stone setting. This is called a beauty set. So these are all these crystals that I had that were for cast in place. So I set this, they're kind of, it's smooth around the bezel, that's called a beauty set. As opposed to, this is prong set, right? So you have prongs. And that's obviously the bezel, the carved bezel. Let's see. Oh, this one would have worked too. This kind of shape. See what I mean? Where it is a similar kind of shape. If I had a little bit larger bead right in here, I would have had that kind of swelling at the beginning. I love that kind of gradual. It feels good on the neck, and it makes it where your stringing is pretty easy because all you're doing then is you're getting your sizes. You know, you just need the sizes to work. So let me see what else I could have used. So I have some of these. This is not drilled. Let's see, where's the other one? I have this one. This is a new one. Doesn't have a. It's going to be coming soon. We're going to have the molds made. This one would have worked pretty well too. It's small enough, but you can see though that it has a hole at the top. So I would have had to do some kind of like a jump ring or some other method to hook it up. This was one that has a hole running through is a little bit easier to use. But this could have worked too if I had used something with a small diameter to make the veil. It's a similar. This is a similar one, but you can see. I feel like this is the best stringing for this type of kind of horizontal type shape. I always feel like this works. So I'm going to finish this out. All right. So to prevent yourself from having sadness, I like to use. Let's see. Now where'd that thing go? Kate gave me a bunch of these things. This is not the one, but I don't know where it is now. But she had these clamps that had rubber on the end. I think she sells them in her store. This one only works okay, so you don't want to move it too much. This makes a life a little bit easier. So when you're working on one side, this doesn't fall down all over the floor, which that has happened to me. So I'm just going to use crimps with this. Crimp pliers. And which one did I choose? I like the simplicity of this. So thread this on. You all know how to do a crimp. Just put that on, turn back, travel back through. And you know what I hate? I so hate. I'm going to add this because it makes me so crazy. When there is that little piece that sticks out, it makes me deeply unhappy to have that little piece touching my neck. All right, so this is not going to be matchy. Unfortunately, I like it to match at this end, but I don't see my silver ones. So I'm going to grab a couple of these little. Maybe I do. Oh, here we go. Maybe some of these. I have so many. I love these Hill Tribe pieces. They're like tubes. They're tube beads. They're hollow tubes. And they've got a massive hole. So I'll grab 2 of those. And then I'm going to put those in. They have a tiny little eye stamped on it. I know you can't really see it, but it'll hold the crimp, the ends of the crimp, so it's not going to be gouging your neck. As all you know, she says, you know, I have that delicate chi. I don't like anything scratching me. And this is going to hide my crimp end, or the little end of the thread, cord, whatever you want to call it, soft wax. So remember not to make it too tight. If you make it too tight, your whole necklace will feel stiff. And the good thing about soft wax is that it's flexible. So you want to use that thing that it's good for. Also, you're asking a lot of your crimp. That's a little teeny piece of metal. You don't want to strain it by making that, you don't want to make it so tight. All right, so you just fold it like it's a taco. Okay, one fold. Don't smash your bead under it. And then round it off. I hope I did that right. I can't see it. I'm going to put my optical visors on. All right. I don't see my optical visors, so I'm going to just hope that I did that correctly. Maybe I get Azalea to do this. Come over here and put this crimp, flatten this crimp. I can't see it.
Flatten it?
You know, do the crimp.
It looks like you did it.
Well, we'll see if it holds. All right, I'm gonna trim the rest of it. Maybe Azalea will come in afterwards and check my work. I'm not gonna pull that too tight because I can't see if I rounded it off. All right, go down to the other end. Now this is what I was talking about, not making it, and this is that thing I was talking about. I hate that business. So you want to trim it so it's not sticking out. That's what that bead is for. So get up in there, don't trim the other side. There we go. Oh, ye of delicate chi, that is me. You hate when I do the second half of the crimp, Wendy? I don't like doing the second half either because sometimes it doesn't work out. I mean, it usually does. What am I saying? It usually works out. I have messed it up, though. I will say that. I've often, if you get kind of cheap crimps and you try to smash them too often, they'll just fall right off. Because they're like, nope, just break. I'm going to go up. Here are my optimizers. Let's see. All right, now I'm going to get in there and really be able to see what I'm doing. Get ready. So this is what I was talking about when you make it too tight. So if you pull this, the temptation will be to pull the heck out of it and really pull it. You know, you're like, oh, that's secure. I don't want any gaps, right? You don't want any gaps. So you want to do where if it turn it in on itself a little bit because you want it to be flexible. So I'm testing it to make sure it's flexible because what I don't like are for the beads to be like so tight that the one wrong bend and somewhere something is going to break. And where it usually breaks is the crimp. The crimp's the weak link of all because it's just a teeny little tube of silver. It's not designed to really hold a ton, even though it'll hold a lot. All right, let's see this one. There we go. So in this case, my first crimp was not very good, and my second was better. Okay, let's see if I can fix this one. Man, that one's chewed up. Yeah, nobody looked too close at that crimp. See, and then I tried to fix it. You know, the problem is when you try to fix it, you go in and you're like, oh, I can round it. This can be fixed. What I'm doing is I'm just rounding it off. See, it didn't quite do what it needs to do. So what I'm going to do is leave this because I have a feeling I'm going to have to redo this one because that crimp, it's too delicate. I'm going to just redo it, but not right now. So this is the outcome of today's necklace. Just ignore that top right here. All right, I feel like this looks good. Metal fatigue is your enemy, says Lisa. Yes, it is. Robin says cheap crimps are a waste of money. You know what? They are. This is supposed to be good crimps, so they're silver. They should be on fire. All right, so that's the necklace. That's what we did today. I actually finished one up. What do you think about that?
Very nice.
Very nice. All right, now I'm going to put the rest of this stuff, clear the deck. Clear it up, and then we will go to some of our live sale. Kind of a small one today, admittedly.
It is not.
Oh, it's not? I thought I only had like a few things.
No, look what I have.
Oh.
Didn't look at that.
No, I didn't see it.
You want to show your kit first so we can leave it up?
Okay.
Show your newest kit. And I'll put the link in there.
Okay, don't forget this. Do that. What are you showing? Oh, here
Your
we go.
kit.
Monica says, do I ever double crimp? I have double crimp, but if I'm going to double crimp, I might as well knot it at that point. All right, let's take a look at this. Do I have something that's not this to I'm going to pour this into that. Give me that bowl. This is a little flatter. Okay, so this is a clasp or the crochet kit of today. That
Fancy.
It's pretty fancy. I don't know if y'all are gonna like it. I like it, and it is pretty epic. This is a rainbow of gemstones. So what you're gonna see in here, let me get in there close. Let's get in there tight so y'all can see what I've got going on here. So what's happening here is we have emerald. This is emerald. This is not dyed. None of this is dyed. These are all the actual colors of the stone. So I have Ceylon sapphire. That's this. You can't see it well because of the light, but let me see what else. All of this is rainbow sapphires. I have a couple pieces of tourmaline in there, but for the most part, it's ruby. And there's some fancy pearls. There's a little bit of high-grade quartz and some Herkimer diamond. There is some ovals. Look at this color of sapphire. These are all sapphires. None of this is glass. It is such a pretty kit. It's not a kit, it's a collection of beads. This is something that I would send to my friends after a show because these are some of my highfalutin beads that I dug out of my personal collection. And when the price of this, let me see, what is this at? 160? What is it, 162 or something? So I bought these during the pandemic. So the cost of this is way less. You couldn't even get a strand of Ceylon sapphires for 160, let alone like this variety. So I only have a few of these kits. This is one of my all-time favorites. It's a good collection. No dyeing here. AAA grade goodies. Especially, look at this. This is not dyed. Look at all that emerald. And this is emerald. This is not peridot. That's emerald. Pink sap. Oh, the pink in here that you're seeing is pink spinel. I forgot. That was the other thing. When was the last time anybody saw pink spinel? All right, where's my little scooper duper? Looking around for that one that I like. You know my scooper with the pomegranate on the handle. See it. Oh, here it is. All right, sweet bead candy. Yeah, this one's a good one. So it also comes within this is the neutral colored micro nylon. So this would make probably two necklaces, I would think, and some earrings. Beautiful, very beautiful. And it comes in this tin, in this little tin. That's how we ship it. Azalea dropped that link in there. She did, so you can check it out at your leisure. I don't have any more of this, so when it's done, that's it. The next time I have it will be when I go shopping again. But again, I got these are some 2020 prices, especially the emerald, because I got them at a good price. Otherwise, this would be about $50 more. Now, someone was saying to me, they're like, it's such a small box. I said, have you ever gone bead shopping? They're like, not really. Well, I said, well, anybody that's ever gone bead shopping knows the second you pull it off the strand, it looks like way less. And it's the world's smallest amount for a small number of beads. But they're like magic. This is some, like I used about not even half. And look at how many I got on this crochet necklace. See when you spread them out? These were, I kind of put them together kind of close. And it went on and on and on. And there's a ton in here. See that? That was like the amount of this. I make piles. I'll do a small pile like I showed earlier. And then I just string it. I get one side going and just keep going, stringing it until you're happy. And I usually do this. The threading amount is about this much to make about this much. So there's that. Oh, and I forgot to show, this is a new one I made the other day. These aren't particularly super fancy. They're a kind of a dark opal, but I thought they looked good. And this is another example of how you can thread or string your necklaces in a way. Like this side, I did it where it's a little more sparse, and then it goes into a very dense pattern here. So it's a very natural way to thread them. Okay, this would be fan-freaking-tastic. Maybe the bigger ones would make good earrings. But you would, if this was an earring kit, you get, I don't even know how many earrings, probably like 15 pairs of earrings, maybe. I don't know, it's hard to say. Okay, so that was, what did you name this? I said in rainbows because it's all that rainbow juicy sapphires. What'd you name this little dollar?
In rainbows.
In rainbows, she did. That's one of my very all-time favorite albums from Radiohead. Okay, so that is that. Let's pass me the next round, my lovely daughter. Okay, some of this is stuff that we have shown in the past. I don't know, did you mark some of this down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in this thing, for this lot sale, you just type in
This one is not the
number.
lot yet. This is something on the website.
Oh, this is on the website.
So I'm putting a link for this next, and then we'll get on to the lot sale.
There's only a couple of these left.
Three
left. Azalea has marked these down.
20% off.
20%. So this one is, what did I name this? Terra et Caelum. It's Latin for earth and sky. My Duolingo paying off. So I have chrysocolla here. I have, what is that? That looks like, it looks like turquoise and quartz, different kinds of quartz. It's a pretty one. And this one, oh yes. This has those teeny little brown chocolate moonstones I'm so crazy about.
So there's only 3 left of this in the world. We only have the 3 left, and it's 20% off, and I just put it on, it's on the website, and I just put the links in there. So you guys can look at that for a second, and then we have some old lots, some back stock to get rid of tonight, too.
We're gonna make some space.
Yeah, making space, clearing out trays.
Yeah, Marty's got to get his teeth done. I haven't done it yet. I know. Everybody's gonna be like, Cynthia
Well, it's expensive.
It's $600. That's why.
I think it was more. It's more than people teeth.
It's way more than people teeth. All right, so these are discounted, so they're ready to move. If you were eyeballing this before, now's your chance.
Oh yeah, also don't forget to comment #Amber, all lowercase,
Amber.
no spaces, to enter the giveaway, because we're going to draw the giveaway winner at the end of the stream.
End of the stream will be the time. Okay, next.
Okay, you can do any of these. Let's make some how about you do this? Here.
Oh, thank you.
And you can just pull anything.
All right.
I updated all the quantities and all the tags, so if you need a pen, I have a pen for you here.
Oh, here's one of my necklaces.
Here's a pen, just in case.
This one is one of my knotted necklaces with a silver clasp on it. Looks like I used a lot of the porcelain berry kit here. If there's any takers on this, it has been marked from 160 to 150. Let's do 140, and that's B10. Where's my pen? Oh, here it is. She just said that. Huh. We'll do 140. 140, and you just comment B10. I don't know if Azalea will be able to do, because we're hogging up the computer.
I have to take notes on all the lots after the stream.
Yeah, because the computer is in use. So this has a good variety of, looks like kyanite. That's gem grade kyanite. There is, labradorite, lapis. This is kind of like a thing where I can test myself on name that stone. Holly blue agate, amethyst. Let's see. I'm gonna have to cheat and get that light out to see if that's looks like garnet, that 23 stone, sunstone. I don't know all the names right now. Oh, pearl, pink opal, that butter jasper. It's kind of a funny name for that. Gaspiite, serpentine, a lot. Oh, a little bit of moldavite there at the end. All right. Okay, so the next thing I have. Oh, I have a bunch of these. I guess I didn't sell them. Let's see. These are 22, lot 175. You think I can move this camera over if it's inactive?
Yeah.
We'll just move it back when I'm ready. All right, so this is a little fairy I made. It's only available here. We did not make the big molds of it. So this is a Shibuichi little funny little fairy. It is lot 175. It's 22. I made this to dangle a big pearl. Let's see, something like this, right at its feet, like it's crouched down. So that is lot 175. It's $22. All right. Okay, I have a silver and glass eye. This one has a kind of a hazy greenish color. This was specifically, this color was used for the angels in those beautiful icons carved in wood. This is $250, $58. Silver is the bezel material. All right. Let's see what else I have here. Oh, I have another necklace. This one is from the turkey tail. I used a lot from the turkey tail kit. Let's see. Maybe I'll put this one on the website. Oh, this has that great big heavy sterling clasp on it. I should do. I didn't even put this out when I had that show recently. Silly mama. All right, let's do, that's at 170 and I'll mark it to 160. It was 180. It's pretty good. B3 if you're interested. This is B3 if you're interested in this beautiful rainbow hand knotted gemstone necklace. Got some beautiful pearls, some hand carved quartz. There is lapis, there's black opal, there is, this is a big chunk in ruby right there. Let's test that theory. Let's just test it and see. Oh, what? Yep. Right there, you can, now you can't see it as good. I think the blue, less blue light is better. Now you can see the glow. Huh. That one is too. Lovely. All right, and then jade, jasper, amethyst, all different kinds of goodies. Okay. Let's see what else I have. Some of these little bronze orchids, 232. Let's mark this one to, let me see how many I have. 3 of them, it looks like. Let's mark these down to 16. It's a good discount, 232. All right. Let's see what else I have in here. What's this say? One of these bronze pendants. This is one Greg made. It's kind of like futuristic. Both sides are carved. Let's mark this one down to 32. We'll go 24 on this. I'm ready to move it. 239. Okay. Oh, I just left that light on. Then I have one here, 190. 190 for this little bronze kitty. Anne says, is that the necklace you made tonight? a kit. No, this one was a kit. I think we're all out of it. It's like the Autumn Breeze, and I had some check glass that I picked up from Chevron. Right. Let's see what else I have in here in my collection. Whoa, this is pretty good.
That shirt is cute.
Thank you. First time I ever wore it. All right, this looks like a nice strand of, let's see. This is some tourmaline. Probably, let's see what the price is on that. Lot 105. Oh, that's an old one. So this is an old strand. Super old. So that's $30. That's old prices right there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That came from the depths.
That came out of the very depths.
Vault.
The lower realm. Azalea dug down deep and found that. So that's 105 for this faceted tourmaline. Where's the end of it? I don't want it to come apart. All right. Let's see what else I have here. Ooh. Okay, so these were previously marked down. So this was 11A. These are sapphires. I know, I've seen these. I use these in my necklaces. I love them. They're kind of cloudy. I have 2 lots left. They're marked at 30. You know what? Let's just go ahead and drop them down to 28. Not much room on this. I don't know if I'll get sapphires like that again. Because this is 11A. That must have been my very first. That must have been our first one, 11A.
Oh no, it would 11A is from when we did the reboot.
Oh, reboot.
Because remember we reached 1,000 and we did not want to.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Not the depths.
Well,
Hey,
kind of the
else?
depths,
What
probably
else?
from like a few months ago.
No,
Somewhat.
I haven't had that in a long time. I know. Oh man, these are cute. I'm surprised those didn't sell fast. Okay, so this is 160. These are some. This is called our Sweet Honey. Sweet Honey.
Should have 2 of those.
There's 2 of them. 160. That's sterling. 160 is the lot number on that. Any takers for $14. That's pretty good. Needs to be shined. Let's show y'all how to shine this up while I got it here. This is a pro polishing pad. Look at this. It's going to be like, I love it. Just a few swipes. And look at this. Let's see the type on the back. Nice. All right. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay, this is an oldie but a goodie. My sister made this ages ago. Polish it, live action polishing. Okay, so this is one. It's Flying Hearts, and it says, and I wonder if anyone is going to recognize the movie that this was made famous from. This George Sands quote. There's only one happiness in life, to love and be loved. That's sweet. It's like Flying Hearts. So that's lot 91A. It's silver, $24. That's old prices. Yeah, silver's gone way up. Let's be a little bit more. We'd weigh that again. I can feel it. Any more, you can put it in my palm and be like, I can weigh that. I feel the weight. I'm accurate to about like a gram. Not always, though. Depends. All right, so, I forgot I made this. What do you know? This was not on the website, was it?
No, it's not. I don't think it has been. I'm not sure.
No. This is my forest nymph. She's in a creek, Little Mermaid, and Nixie. So, I already marked this down. I'm not going to mark it anymore. I'll just keep it and make earrings. So, this is $6.37, $16. Usually, I charge $20 for this type on my shop. And I have one of them, I guess. The only one. So this is $6.37. All right. Let's see what else I have in here. Oh, this little potato bug. He's a little potato. Let's take a look at this. This is, I only ever make a few of this. I don't know what I was thinking about. He's a little weird root baby. That's like those mandrakes. So this is lot 806. If you look close, some of those that mushroom has a face on it. And isn't that cute? $22. It's already marked down before, but that was when I had 4 of them. Patootie, cutie patootie. All right, 806 if you're interested. All right, what else do I have in here? Okay, so I have some of these little super cute little lambs. Little lamb. Made that. You know what? Azalea was holding these. A friend of ours, Marcia, of Friends, what was it? Fiber. What's her store called? You know, the Fiber. Over in Bernardsville. She raises these little babies and uses their fur to make yarn. And that's the inspiration for this. This is, what does that say? $6.36. It's $18. Actually, you know what? I'm going to mark that down to 16. I have 3 of them. Marty needs to get his teeth clean. You know what? My cat Frick, I took him a long time ago. It was so funny. What's with this pen? Why does I get the pen that doesn't want to work? What's with these pens?
Why did it not work?
I don't know.
Just used it.
Use this hot pencil here. What did I say? 16. I've got a bunch of them. And by bunch, I have 3. $6.36. $16. If you want a little cutie little goat. Okay, what's next? Oh. Usually I like to save. How come I have like 10 million of these? I must not have shown them on the right day. All right, so I went through the rigmarole of doing these up, of these sapphires. I have a bunch of these, right? So I sold some, maybe it was a day or 2 ago, and I'm going to mark these down, but because I made a bunch of them. Look at all that cheddar. This is when I bought these during pandemic when there were nobody around. So I'm gonna mark these so that I can move them. I have like 10 of them, and these are all I measured them out so everybody got the same amount. So I'm gonna mark these down to 28. That's a steal right there. That's what you call a steal. You couldn't buy. I mean, you can't buy that for that. And look, it's already pre-done. Just restring it and make a couple pair, like make hoop earrings with that. They're so delicious. At 85A is the lot number on that. These are so super good, and that's so cheap. I mean, seriously. That's not dyed. That's legit. Check it out. Check out that hard sparkle. This making 1 crochet necklace, all you need right here. You make something real pretty and nice. Okay, what is left? Okay, I have 1 of this left. Oh no, I got 1 of this too. This is a good tray. There's so much in it. Okay, I have 1 of this from my turquoise guy. 1 of this left. If no one wants it, I'm just going to go ahead and put it in my collection, because look how good this would be. Yeah. They don't look like they'd be real, but they are. I shine my light on them. And sometimes if you have it and they glow too bright, that means it's howlite underneath. So there's only 1 of that. Okay, now I marked this one down. This is 234. Hey, this little lovely lady mermaid. Let's shine her a little. God, I could shine these things up. Spend all my time shining.
You like to polish it and make it sparkle.
I like to see the before and after. So good, so satisfying. This lovely lady, where her hair is the veil. I have 1, 234. I marked her at 30. Does anyone want this? This is 234. You know what? I love this piece, and I have made it before with pearls. It looks good with pearls. Looks good with, actually, you know what it looks good with? I'll show you what it looks good with. Check this out. What does that say? 234. That's the name of the game right there. Check it. Isn't that pretty? This light is totally flattening the look of my opals, but this on that would be epic.
I love opals.
I do too. You know, when I'm at the shows, this is one that a lot of young women pick out, not surprisingly, but Wendy says she loves that necklace I did with Sam's beads. Good. That's good. That was a fun little adventure. You never know what's going to happen. That was fun hanging out. Okay, I have some of these big juicies. This way split up. This one I didn't get to split into too many different directions. All right, this is 228. This is some A-grade sunstone. I don't know if y'all know much about sunstone, but this is some good quality right there. Look at all that flash. A lot of times sunstone is good. Like, I really love it. I particularly love it because it's like solidified sunshine. So I have 2 of these. This is 228. Look at that, how pretty that is. For $24. Man, this must have been pre-pandemic prices because you can't get that now. I hunted and I found sunstone that was not even faceted. That was way more. And I was like, what's going on? It's like when Azalea and I went to the amber dealers. That's where we got this. #amber. And the prices now is like $5 a gram. And Azalea, she was like, she tossed that thing. She didn't toss, but she put it down so fast it was like it was on fire.
I don't know. I remember tossing it.
No, you wouldn't have tossed anything.
Well, it flew from my fingers at a quick speed and then plopped onto the table with a clink. It's enough
this
tossed.
This is some really good facet. Look at the color of this labradorite. If you're a labradorite person, this is some good labradorite. This also has, looks like it has that diamond coat on it. And I have asked around about the diamond coat, where it's fumed, I guess they call that. Just the same way that you do with glass, when you fume glass to get that silvery color. I'm pretty sure when I asked my friend about it, because I wanted to get this machine so I was imagining myself vacuum plating. I don't know what the word that you call it. I just called it fuming because that's how I know it from glass. But anyway, this is $12 and I have 2 left, 166. All right, what else is left? Let me see if there's one last thing. Looks like this, what's this?
Are you going to show these at the end, or did you already show that?
I'm pretty sure I showed it.
Oh, yeah, you already corrected it. All right, let's put it back.
All right, so I only have 1 left of this. This looks like blue topaz to me. Blue topaz. What does that say? 946. 946 faceted blue topaz. 946. Isn't that pretty? Really beautiful color. Not dyed. And then you know what I did when I got home? I cracked one. I found one of the small ones on the end and I check them. And then if someone sells me stuff that they lied to me, then I don't buy from them anymore. I mean, it can happen to anybody, but I don't like that feeling. All right, friends, let's get this. Did we put everything away?
I just did.
All right.
Now you can show the giveaway one more time.
Here's the giveaway. Let's do it. Azalea's going to do it. All right, friends, here we go. So she's going to do it. Are you going to make it where it shows it up on the screen? The giveaway tool?
That's how it's been done.
Oh, I just can't see it.
I can't see the comments while I'm doing it because I have to be on this page to do it. All right,
you guys see this? Get ready.
I assume that you do. We're going to draw.
Here it comes. I love this fake out. Kind of love this fake out at the end. You never know who's going to get it.
Wendy.
Yay, Wendy. I hope you're on.
Wendy Hawkins, you got the
Amber kit.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah, dice rolling.
There you go.
All right,
Wendy
let's do it.
Hawkins.
Let's flip.
Okay, move it over.
All right. Move this. Okay. I hope you all had a good time with us this evening. This is the necklace that I made. Take a gander at that. Let's put it on. I think it looks good. Looks real nice. All right, my friends, what do you think of this? I feel like it looks pretty nice.
Beautiful job.
I like it. I like it a lot. All right, Wendy, if you are on, I'm looking past my phone to see the comments. Just if you're not one of our customers, then
Wendy Hawkins has been a long time customer.
I'm just saying, just to be saying it.
Well,
You don't have to do
acknowledging
anything.
her. Wendy,
Thank you.
our
Thank
longtime
you.
friend.
Wendy is here, so you don't have to do anything. I was just going to say, if you're not, then you would email.
Oh
us
yeah,
that
on
you
the
are.
event that we have a giveaway.
In the event that we didn't have your information. And Azalea says that she does, so it's all good. All right, thank you. I see some people saying that they are looking at the necklace and they like it. This is the length I've been after lately because it's usually I wear my shirts are like this. That's where my scoop neck goes and looks pretty good. So this is a little low for me. But anyway, thank you, friends. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful Sunday evening. I hope that everyone had a good time today and that you got a little something, a little bit of, I don't know, you probably already know how to do this. It's not anything that you wouldn't know, but a little bit of my thought process behind making some of our sort of centerpiece beads and how to use some of them. All right, friends, I'm going to have something good to eat for dinner, some chicken adobo, and I'm going to continue on our journey of looking around for retreat centers. If you know of a place, go ahead and just email me at greengirlstudios@yahoo.com and I'll check it out. All right, I hope you all have a great rest of your week. We will see you again on Wednesday, on Sunday.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.